You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down.
Look at the stars. The great kings of the past look down on us from those stars. So whenever you feel alone, just remember that those kings will always be there to guide you.
I don't think it is very useful to speculate on what God might or might not be able to do. Rather, we should examine what he actually does with the universe we live in.
We are all explorers, driven to know what's over the horizon. The most profound discoveries are not necessarily beyond that next star. They're within us, woven into the threads that bind us.
Hello, beautiful people. Happy Wednesday, happy Mercury Day, and happy birthday to quite a few famous Geminis. Courtney Cox, Ice Cube, Neil Patrick Harris, Northwest. Of course, Northwest is a Gemini. Kanye West is a Gemini too. Helen Hunt, Leah Ramini, Jim Belushi, Waylon Jennings. Wow. So many notable Geminis. That's how you know it's Gemini season. So this is going to be a very quick breakdown of the forecast. I almost pre-recorded it, but then I just thought, you know what? Let's just do it live. So as we just talked about, the sun is in Gemini. The moon is in Capricorn today. The moon doesn't necessarily love to be in Capricorn. It's actually in its weakest position here. So it can kind of cut us off from our emotions, make us a little bit more cold. But it can also help us see things through a practical lens. So as with every transit, there's a positive, there's a negative, there's a darkness, there's a light, and the Capricorn moon can make us all just a little bit more serious in our emotions, less nurturing and compassionate. But it's also putting us kind of in business mode too. That's not the main transit we're talking about today, though. This morning, I believe, at 7:16 a.m. So right now, Mars is forming a conjunction to Chiron. Mars is the planet of aggression, of war, of action. It's that very masculine energy that just wants us to go, 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 do. Chiron is known as the wounded healer, and it's an icy outer body in our solar system that represents our deepest wounds and our ability to heal them, and then help other people heal their own wounds as well. So both of these planets are in Aries. And also, what is this hair doing, you guys? Just forgive me. Mercury is definitely in Gemini. Have you been feeling that? Squirrel, like something just catches your attention. So Mars and Chiron are both in Aries right now. Aries is the sign of the child. It's the first sign of the zodiac. And Mars is right at home in Aries. It makes us definitely more impulsive, quick to react. Mars is at its peak energy here. So we are ready to jump into action at a moment's notice. Now that can make for some triggering moments today. It can make us quick to lash out if our wounds are provoked. Essentially, this can cause a little bit of a battle internally, even if you feel triggered or sensitive about something. Inner child wounds could definitely be activated today. So my advice to you, just from looking at the transits, is to try to observe your instinct before reacting. If you find yourself like, oh, I need to do something about that. Why do you feel that way? And, just slowing down and taking a beat before you react could save you a big headache today, potentially. It's also important to note that you are not the only one feeling this energy. Everybody is feeling this energy, especially this morning, but really throughout the day. So if you notice other people being a little bit touchy or a little bit more triggered, giving them the benefit of the doubt would also probably serve you well. Now, there is a really positive potential of this transit, and that is a healing potential. Mars also represents our motivation. So we do have ample motivation to heal if these triggers are pulled. And, if we're intentional about observing our instinct and observing what emotions are coming up, we could even find ourselves leading others through their own healing too, because Mars in Aries makes us more willing to lead, be direct, be assertive. So, if you're noticing other people being triggered, it could be an opportunity to step into that leadership position and help walk them through whatever it is that they are feeling triggered about. Just know that tempers could flare very easily. Even if that happens, just give people grace, give yourself grace. Understand that the energy is just a little bit tense today when Mars and Chiron are together in Aries. And for those of you in the comments, I will get to you at the end. I want to get through this quickly because we're doing a mini forecast today. The moon is in Capricorn, as we mentioned, making our emotions run a little bit more on the cold side, especially as we come off of the energy, the high energy that was the Sagittarius full moon on, yesterday morning technically, but Monday night into Tuesday. This could feel like this releasing point, and the releasing could come just from slowing down. The moon in Capricorn, it's a waning moon. It wants us to slow down, and it really wants us to release. Now, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is currently retrograde. So there is an element of reviewing here. And with the moon in Capricorn asking us to slow down, we could be reviewing our own plan and letting go of anything that doesn't support it, especially after that really abundant full moon. Many of us were thinking about our big dreams and manifesting and, the visions we have for our life. This Capricorn moon is like, okay, but how are you going to get there? And how can the actions we're taking right now, or even the emotions we're feeling right now, can they be sustainable? And are you in a stable enough position to really get to where you want to go? So this could feel like, okay, let's assess, let's review, let's analyze a little bit, and let anything fall away that's not serving whatever you were manifesting under the full moon. I do want to point out you can still work with the full moon tonight or even tomorrow night, but it is out of Sagittarius now. So the last thing I'll say just in general about the Capricorn moon is that failing to slow down could lead to outbursts of emotion, especially with Mars and Chiron. They're going to be squaring off to the moon, which I'll get to in just a moment. But the energy that we felt, I kind of want to talk about what we were feeling last night really quickly, because at midnight, we talked about this a little bit on Monday night. At midnight last night, the moon squared off to Jupiter. So I know I was not the only person having a hard time falling asleep last night or getting tired. I saw other people posting on social media as well. When the moon squares off to Jupiter, it can give us a surge of energy and make us want to reach for something to feel good or do something a little bit spontaneous, even under the serious Capricorn moon. And with the moon in Capricorn, we crave security. So it might have been like that late night snack you were reaching for, or just, taking that alone time in the middle of the night, especially if you're a busy person. The Capricorn moon tends to make us feel a little bit more inclined to solitude. And so, it might have just been that you were up really late last night by yourself, just enjoying your peace. But if you had a hard time falling asleep last night or staying asleep, likely because of the moon squaring off to Jupiter. At 1:05 a.m., the moon opposed Lilith in Cancer. Now, I'm not going to go deep into Lilith and what she does, what she means. You can find my full video on Lilith in Cancer on my YouTube page. But when the moon opposes Lilith, we can be a little bit bitchy. And especially with Lilith in Cancer, it's like if we're not listening to our body, she could get really loud and send us some really strong messages. It's like this need for power or control. So you might still even be feeling that as you wake up this Wednesday morning. Standing up for something you care about under Lilith, this opposition to Lilith in Cancer could turn into a tirade. Lilith is that part of us that doesn't want to be controlled and needs to feel powerful and sovereign. So when the moon opposes Lilith, that very strong side of our personality, maybe even that bitchy side of our personality can come out. Again, just be gentle with yourself and other people today, because at 3 p.m. is when the Capricorn moon squares off to that Mars-Chiron conjunction. So really all afternoon, we're feeling the tension. Triggers are really likely to pop up midday. because the moon is clashing with this already triggering conjunction. This could feel like an impulsive need to do something. Moving your body is going to be your greatest asset under this Mars Chiron conjunction. Moving energy out of you, moving tension out of you through physical movement, because this is happening in a fire sign. Fire energy really likes movement, action. And if we don't get that action out in a healthy way, it could come out in a way that's a little less favorable. Pent-up tension could even lead to explosions this afternoon, because the Capricorn moon, like I said, it's definitely a cold emotional energy, especially if you could see like a core wound being reopened by a situation, even if that wasn't someone's intention or even your own intention. It's like something small could set off something much bigger inside of you. So really just be gentle with yourself today, and be gentle with others. Be patient along your healing journey, and know that if those moments happen, you can look to them as teaching moments as to what needs to be released under this waning moon. After the full moon is the releasing phase. So these powerful emotions are here to show us what needs to be left in the past in order for us to move forward towards our long-term goals. And the focus under the Capricorn moon really is on the long term. So, you know, you'll have the long term in mind while thinking about what you need to release in the present or even from the past. All right, what's everyone saying? Really quickly, I'm going to go through your comments. Hello to you, Rachel. Yes, I actually did my full moon ritual while the moon was squaring Jupiter late last night. Worked with the full moon a little later than I would have wanted to, but that's just what felt natural. Hey, Kayla. New money opportunities coming to you under the full moon. Yes, so abundant. Chiron is a little rough. Chiron is a little rough, Rachel, but you've got us, you've got community, we're going to be okay. And Chiron is really here to help us heal, even as uncomfortable as it might feel in the moment. I am up very early today, Bailey, because I got to rush off after this. I'm heading over to ABC 10 here in Sacramento to talk about Goddess Night Out. So if you live in the Sacramento area, tune in between 9 and 9:30. Ooh, Pluto in Scorpio in my 11th house has always made me feel comfortable in the uncomfortable. So no worries here. Love that attitude, Kayla. Yes, you're like, I'm just here to transform, maybe to trigger people in my community. That's fine. I'm fine being uncomfortable. Love that. Okay. But Kayla, I got to pay off some credit card debt. Yes, that definitely counts as abundance, right? Abundance isn't just the physical money. It's the opportunity that comes in. It's, you know, the physical house you're in right now. It doesn't have to come through cash flow. It could even be like the family you were born into or the partner you're with being very abundant. So I love that you see that ability to pay off debt. That is abundance. Mars midheaven in 24 degrees of Virgo opposite my south node in Aries. Whoa. Okay. That means your north node is on your midheaven, which is amazing for work, if I'm reading that right. It would be like really powerful, or your purpose, your direction will likely be through your work. We had a power outage at 5 a.m. So yeah, that can be triggering in itself, right? My Capricorn moon also saying feeling comfort in discomfort. Lean into that. I love that you can recognize other potential in your chart of the ability to feel uncomfortable, because Capricorn moons, that's not their strong suit normally. So I love that you have other energy in your chart that kind of pushes you out of your comfort zone. The Capricorn moon wants safety and security, and we're all feeling that today. Like being in a stable environment will feel especially good. And that's why triggers, when they do come up and make us feel uncomfortable, could be especially hard to deal with today. So just know, yes, you got it. Awareness is key. Awareness is key. Yes, Bailey, if you're in the area, we would love to see you there on Saturday night at Goddess Night Out. It's going to be a summer solstice disco. Super, super fun. Thank you all for the hype this morning. So let's end with today's affirmation, which is, my triggers show me where I can release. My triggers show me where I can release. How true is this, right? It embodies everything we've talked about. If that trigger pops up, if you feel that intense, powerful emotion, where do you need to loosen your grip? What do you need to release? That's kind of your assignment of the day today. All right, and I'm going to do a tarot pull really quickly. I decided to pull from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck today. It just felt right. So any last thoughts, throw them in the comments. And this is your moment to just take a deep breath. Ask the universe what you need to know. Here we go. Breathe in. And release. All right, what do we need to know? Scarab Beetle Spirit. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Magic works through you. It's card number 52. And let's see. In ancient Egypt, the scarab beetle was revered for the creative magic of scarab beetle spirit. It reminds us that we can bring forth something extraordinary, seemingly out of thin air. Whatever you let your creativity, or whenever you let your creativity flow through you, Scarab Beetle Spirit reminds you that Spirit has given you the gift of infinite potential. You have an ally as you fashion something new or repurpose the old, for Spirit co-creates with you, channeling energy through you so that you feel replenished and vitalized as you make magic with what is at hand. Now is a time for great optimism, for you can accomplish anything you desire and your creative endeavors will come to fruition. Miracles, opportunities, abundance, and love will appear seemingly out of nowhere as you allow Spirit to work through you and magically manifest what you need. What a powerful card today, you guys. This really feels like the energy of the Sagittarius full moon, everything that, we talked about on Monday night. And I think it's a reminder that we can still tap into those abundant vibes, even if these triggering moments pop up or tempers flare a little bit today. We are still under the full moon. We're still experiencing the energy. It's not like the moon is full for one moment and all the things we're manifesting come to fruition, right? It takes time. So expect that abundance still, even if you are not in the best space the entire day today. Know the abundance is coming. Know that you are supported and taken care of, and everything is unfolding as it should. And sometimes we have to go through triggering situations or find these release points in order to fully be in flow to accept what we're asking for. So just know, if these moments pop up today that you're like, why is this happening? This is so annoying. I don't want to deal with this. Trust that the universe is placing this moment on your path in order to teach you a lesson, so you will be ready to receive what you're asking for. Still in a Sag vibe. Totally needed that card pull today. Yeah, I say stay in the Sagittarius vibe. It's a great vibe to be in, right? I have a really important exam this weekend, and that helped a lot. Amazing. You are abundant. Expect abundance. Be confident in yourself. Know that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. All right, everybody, that is going to do it for this episode of Transits Today. If you found this video helpful, please go ahead and like and subscribe. We're getting closer and closer to 1,000 subscribers every day so we can monetize this channel, keep these videos coming to you for free. Again, if you're in the Sacramento area, tune in to ABC 10 between 9 and 9:30. You will see me there. And I hope you have a beautiful Wednesday. I will be back tomorrow morning to talk all about the sun connecting with both Neptune and Saturn. So it could feel like a little bit of a slowdown in a way, but also we're still having big visions and dreams. So we'll talk more about that tomorrow. But whenever I see you next, until then, stay curious. Thank you so much for joining us and aligning with the energy of the universe today. If you enjoyed this morning's episode of Transits Today, you can join our live astrology discussion every weekday morning right here wherever you're watching. And head to thespiritualjournalist.com to read your daily astrology forecast and browse the Spiritual Shop. The most fun way to help keep these forecasts free and support more content like this is to buy yourself a little something on our website.
But if you're feeling extra generous, you can also buy me a coffee to fuel future live streams. Just tap the link in the description or head to buymeacoffee.com and search The Spiritual Journalist. And speaking of, you can also tune in to The Spiritual Journalist, our weekly live interview where we ask our guests questions about everything from crystals and manifestation to mental health and the environment. Those conversations stream live right here wherever you're watching now every Tuesday. I'm so grateful you found us here, and I can't wait for our next conversation.